Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We pay some of the highest auto insurance rates in the entire country. Could we finally be getting a break? Right now, Lansing making major moves. We're going to break down exactly what's on the table.
Rain pulls away, but we are monitoring strong winds tomorrow that will lead to likely lakeside flooding. We'll show you how long the threat stays around coming up.
All right, Ben, and they have served as a cornerstone of Detroit's revival. Well, now it turns out there is a big problem brewing with Detroit's new streetlights. Glad you're with us today for Local 4 News at 5. Off the top, those new streetlights were heralded as a massive step forward in making the city safer. In fact, even profiled in a national ad campaign touting the city's resurgence.
But just 3 years in, and an estimated 20,000 of those new LED lights from one manufacturer are burning out, even though they were warranted for 10 years. Business editor Rod Maloney is live tonight. And Rod, this is going to be a very expensive fix, so the city is suing the company who made them to pay for it.
That's right. About $10 million, $8 to $10 million roughly is what the city is looking for. And while you may not notice this, I'm going to just come put this on the camera lens here, because this is what Detroiters are likely to start seeing, is those bright lights that happen at night in the city. The new ones are going to start turning yellow. And then eventually they go so bad that they burn out. Before the city started replacing street lights, Detroiters like Norma Sell will tell you it was
scary.
And when the crews came out and started replacing the entire system, Curtis Gray smiled.
I was very happy because they was bright and you could see.
But sadly, it didn't last very long. Norma works nights in Drove Jefferson. Last fall, she started noticing.
All of a sudden, it would still be dark. It just, the lights just went out.
The lights
they were no longer bright enough for you to see. You had to put your high beams on to actually see, and you couldn't really drive like that.
And the city public lighting department noticed too. Lighting chief Bo Taylor explains the problem.
If you have a spread like this, it gradually gets narrower, and the light, over time becomes weaker and weaker.
Here's a close-up look at the LED lights the city purchased from Leotech of California. They have rows of LED lights expected to last a decade, but they're only now lasting about 3 years. The city claims in a lawsuit it filed yesterday against the manufacturer there is nothing to deal with the heat these lights create, and they're slowly burning through the plastic. Norma's worried.
It could stop the flow of progress.
City services do work appropriately, and as with any challenge that any city faces, we're going to respond. We're going to get these lights fixed, and we're going to move on with the revitalization of the city.
Well, here's how they're going to do it. They have some of these lights in reserve that they can trade them out, but they're really not interested in replacing these lights with ones they know are not going to last. And so there's an attempt to try and negotiate something here with Leotech, especially now the lawsuit has been filed. But at this point, the city says that once they showed Leotech around town and gave them an idea of what they were dealing with, they stopped hearing from the company. Back to you.
What a huge disappointment. So did the company have anything to say about the situation today, Rod?
Kimberly, I put in 2 different calls on the voicemail of the cell phone and the desk of the person they directed me to, the PR person, and we have not heard back from anybody from Leotech.
Okay, hopefully more to come on this, Rod. Thank you. Devin.
Now to a story that affects every single driver in the state. There could be a breakthrough in the push to lower Michigan's high auto insurance rates, but at what cost? Today, the state Senate for the first time passed comprehensive auto insurance reform. But 2 big questions remain. What's actually in the bill, and can it make it past the House and the governor? Mara McDonald live downtown with more on what we're seeing so far. Mara.
Well, Devin, for starters, a lot of what is in this bill is what Mike Duggan, as well as other business leaders, have been asking for. Chief among that, the end to that lifetime medical benefit. It's called the PIP. It stands for Personal Injury Protection, and it is the most expensive portion of all our policies.
If you're driving legally right now, you have an insurance plan with a mandated lifetime medical benefit in it. It's called PIP. What went through the Michigan Senate today changes it all up. The big takeaways: you would now have your choice of PIP levels or none at all. Hospitals will no longer be able to charge what they see fit for medical care from auto accidents. They would be forced to follow the workman's comp fee schedule. It requires the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Fund to be transparent about how much money it has, and it also creates an auto insurance task force to be run out of the Michigan State Police.
This is an issue that has become of paramount concern for all of us in the legislature. And today we took decisive action to really get to the root cause of this and lower the cost for the drivers in our state.
There's a couple of other things in there that still need tweaking that, yes, it's a start, but it was just not in a place where we should have been passing it today.
Here live. So right now, this bill has made it out of the Senate. It is heading over to the House, where likely it will see some modifications. And right now, Governor Whitmer says as this bill stands, she would not sign it. So Devin, we have a ways to go. We're live downtown tonight. Back to you.
No doubt. In fact, we're going to have more debate over these other factors, right, that insurers have been using, like what your zip code is, what your gender is in determining your rates.
Already, Devin, it's interesting. The Senate passed modifications to its own bill that includes that. Gender is prohibited now in allowing auto insurers to use that to determine your rate. As far as zip code goes, they didn't outlaw the zip code portion of it. What they said is that insurers cannot turn you down on the basis of zip code. What they didn't include, and what I'm guessing we're going to see in the House portion of this, no guaranteed rate rollback. I think that's something that the governor wants to see, as well as what are you going to do about the whole credit score issue?
Exactly. Some in the House are going to say that if you don't address that one in particular, that it's not going anywhere. We'll see. All right, Mara, great update.
Okay, some breaking news just into Local 4 here. 2 people have been injured in a school shooting in Colorado. We're told it happened at STEM School Highland Ranch near Denver. The Douglas County Sheriff's Department says deputies are trying to find the shooter or shooters. They call it an active and unstable scene. More than 18, I should say, students attend the school from kindergarten through 12th grade. That should be 1,800, guys. 1,800 students from kindergarten through 12th grade. Parents are being directed to a recreational center to pick up their children. We'll keep following new developments and bring you any updates on air and online on our website, clickondetroit.com.
You hear it's Colorado, your stomach just kind of sinks, doesn't it?
Really
Updates
does.
coming up.
Okay, well, after rain for most of the day, it seems to finally be headed out of town, at least for now.
But all this water causing real worries in a lot of places, especially St. Clair County. Let's get to Ben.
Yeah, that's going on right now, Kim and Devin. The flood warning has been posted for the southern tip of St. Clair County, Algonac, Harsons Island. They're already seeing some buildings that got flooded there. And notice that this lasts until 2:45 on Friday, so that one's going to be around a while. Now we move forward to what's going on tomorrow. Lakeshore flood warnings are up as those east winds come back tomorrow, pushing that water on shore. So Monroe, Wayne, and Macomb County under lakeshore flood warnings, meaning it's very likely. Flood advisories for the same reason in St. Clair and Sanilac County for probable flooding along Lake Huron. So not much left of the rain tonight, just a couple sprinkles. We may even see some late sunshine, especially in the north half of the area. Not warm temperatures, though. It's another chilly one tonight. We'll look at that in your 4-zone forecast ahead. Kim?
Okay, Ben. Detroit police want you to take a long look at this man right here. He is 26-year-old Delano Ward from Farmington Hills. And today, Chief Craig says he's a suspect in the shooting that injured 3 people in Greektown. Let's go ahead and bring in Larry Spruill. He's live in Greektown tonight. And Larry, this is in addition to the suspect already in custody from Livonia, right?
Yeah, good evening, Kimberly and Devin. They arrested that suspect last night. Tonight, they are looking for the other 3. Now, Chief Craig did release surveillance photos from cameras in this area right over there. He says these cameras in this Greektown area played a major factor in this investigation. Tuesday night, police are looking for this man, 26-year-old Delano Ward from Farmington Hills. They say he is one of 4 young men involved in the Greektown shooting at the intersection of Beaubien and Monroe. That shooting injured 3 people.
You just have to imagine what downtown was like on this evening. We're talking about the Cinco de Mayo festival. A parade had just ended, and as what happens every year, a lot of the celebratory, they come down to Greektown to celebrate further.
Monday night, Detroit police released this surveillance video showing the exact moment the shots went off and people running. Hours after releasing this video, they arrested the first suspect.
He was a resident of Livonia. He's described as a black male, 23.
Now, Chief Craig tells me they are looking for the other 3. All 3 live outside the city limits.
3 of the 4 are residents out of the county of Wayne.
There was another shooting just blocks away from Greektown. 1 man was shot in that incident, leaving some wondering, is Greektown safe?
And the message should be clear. Don't come to Detroit and settle beefs violently. We will find you. Detroit's safe, and regardless of what the one or two critics that suggest that it's dangerous, I vigorously push back on that.
And Chief Craig did tell me also that they have identified the other two suspects. He says, made it clear, they are now looking for all three. We're live in Greektown tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right, Larry. Kelly Stafford has, of course, been sharing the good, the bad, and some of the ugly in her recovery from surgery to remove a brain tumor.
Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to share her good news update, singing the praises of her surgeon.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Devin and Kimberly. You know, I know a lot of people have wondered where Stafford had her brain surgery, and tonight she is answering that question. In a post to Instagram, Kelly and Matthew Stafford pose with Dr. B. Gregory Thompson from the University of Michigan. Stafford says they visited doctors all over the U.S. before choosing Thompson. Now, Stafford credits him with preserving her hearing during a critical moment in the surgery and says that he drove an hour to personally check on her after she ended up back in the hospital for pain. Now, Thompson also happened to have written a research paper on the rare anomalous artery that made Stafford's surgery even more complicated. Stafford closes by saying she will forever be in debt to Thompson and his team.
What a blessing. And that we have a physician or surgeon like that in our own backyard that's capable to
Exactly.
do that.
And by all accounts, her recovery is going very well.